Welcome to Just Picture It. I'm Fung. We live in Silicon Valley, and it's almost a secret that we also live in one of the most beautiful areas of the world. Thank goodness that we have Midpen Open Space, an organization that preserves our precious open space for future generations to enjoy and is open to the public free of charge. 2 million visits last year allowed Silicon Valley residents and families room to breathe. Our guests are Casey Hyatt, the Geographic Information Systems Administrator at Midpen. She creates maps of recreation, vegetation, wildlife, and waterways, and serves as project lead in planning and analysis supporting the Midpen Vision Plan. Kirk Lennington, another local, who is manager of the Natural Resources Department at Midpen, has a staff who looks after the 62,000 acres with a focus on rare and endangered species. His staff also restore nature, decontaminate, clean up sites, and manage the agricultural uses of the district's working spaces. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we talk, let's take a quick look at what's going on today in Midpen Open Space.
The Midpeninsula Open Space District, otherwise known as Midpen, is immense, covering more than 60,000 acres, mostly in San Mateo and Santa Clara counties, with a small portion in Santa Cruz County. Nanette Hanko helped lead the effort to create Midpen. She's still a member of its board of directors and loves to see what the district has come to mean to so many for so long.
I wanted to see the people coming off the trails, to see how they looked, and they were happy. They all had smiles.
Yeah!
Hundreds of local residents have a good time every year, too, generously volunteering thousands of hours to help Midpen in many ways, because this is their open space district. Midpen is supporting another legacy of a relationship with the land, deep and spiritual, and thousands of years old.
Our creation story tells us that this is the mountaintop that the Creator first brought our people to and created us here.
Living in Silicon Valley, we could still honor our roots, honor the nature, honor the species around us, and stay connected to the earth.
With sustained public support, these grand open spaces and our connections to them will flourish and grow and will continue to take our breath away and give us room to breathe for generations to come.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what a beautiful space we live in. Midpen Open Space was created as a voter initiative in 1972. What is Midpen, Kirk?
Well, I think that our founders over 40 years ago, when they formed the district, had a vision for a park agency to be able to preserve and protect open space properties and connect the other open space that was already protected through the county parks and the state parks. At the same time, they saw an agency that could manage the lands and restore the environment for all the rare species that are in the Bay Area, and then also provide recreation for the population that lives in the Bay Area through trails for horseback riding, bike riding, and hiking.
Wow. You mentioned rare species. Now, most people think of Silicon Valley as just buildings, semiconductors, technology. What rare species could actually live here?
Yeah, there's quite a few. And you know, we've protected over 12,000 acres of redwood forests in our time trying to preserve the lands, and in those redwood forests are species such as marbled murrelet, which is a seabird that nests in the redwoods. Also, the redwoods form the headwaters for the streams that flow to the Pacific Ocean, and those streams provide habitat for coho salmon and steelhead trout. And as well, there's California red-legged frog, San Francisco garter snake, and numerous other species that occupy a lot of my time and my staff's time.
Wow. It must be quite a challenge to keep those resources going so that the special habitat needed by each of these species can be preserved.
Yeah, it's a lot of work that takes a lot of different specialties. I have people on my staff that are specialists in rangeland management, grassland management, weed management, forest management. There's all kinds of different specialties that we need to be able to be the best stewards of the land that we can be.
It's wonderful that we're stewards of the land, because I think let's take a look at what is the real reason that we need something like this in Silicon Valley. Casey, tell us about the overall picture of our situation with the global. I believe that Silicon Valley is one of the special places in the world.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. And so Midpen is actually located in what's called a Global Biodiversity Hotspot. And you can see we're located here in red here are all the global biodiversity hotspots around the world. There's only 25 global biodiversity hotspots. And there's 25 global biodiversity hotspots, and there's only 2 in the United States. And so people in the Silicon Valley may not realize that the plants and animals that are in Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District are not only important to us, but they are important to the entire globe. Yes.
Wonderful. So let's take a look at what the situation is in our specific local area.
Yes. So in order to be designated as a global biodiversity hotspot, you have to have lost 70% of the habitat. And unfortunately, California has lost 70% of the habitat. But after about starting 40 years ago, many agencies, and Midpen being one of them, started protecting the land here and this important resource. So if we look at this map here, we can show all the work that has been going on through a mosaic of different land protection agencies, one of them being Midpen. The dark green here are all of Midpen's open space districts, and the light green are the different land protection agencies that have protected this important resource that's not only important to us, but it's also important on the global scale. And the thing that's unique about this area is that we have this great biodiversity and these gorgeous natural areas in very close proximity, a 20-minute drive to a very large metropolitan area.
Casey, where is San Jose on that, so that we can have some orientation?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's go back. Yes.
All right. So San Jose.
Yeah.
San Jose is down over here in this area here. It's actually outside of our district boundary. And this area that's dark orange here, the darker, the higher population density. So you can see where all the people are living in such close proximity to this wonderful wildlife wilderness area.
Thank you, Casey. I remember when I first moved to the area, I didn't know about the wildlife at all. I didn't know where I could go for a hike. And I said, is there anywhere to go for a walk? And they said, you won't believe how much space there is to go for a walk. So it was wonderful. And having the population density against so close to such natural beauty is amazing. It's marvelous that the work that you're doing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.